shikate ato shihate na ishikate ato to shikate apa hashe ato no ishikate apa ishikate apa ya ato shikate ato to shikate ato to ko shikate ishata oto shikate atala lobos oto shikate ata oto shikate ayano yata ya wayata ayaya ishata heyaha oto ya la ya waya oto shikate ama ha oto ishikate ama haya hato yoto shikate ya na Utu, atu, shukate diapa yataya, po shukate diapa. Good morning, a morning star. Just breathe. I guess going somewhere this morning. Yeah, sorry. This might not be my color to wear. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right, breathe and receive. Grandmother's here. The tribal women. A row of light beings have come in. Settling my energy down. Got something important to say this morning. Deep breath. Hold it. Hold it. And release. Again, deep breath. Articazal chakra, hold it. Release. And one more. Beautiful blue gold energy is coming in. Atoto shikate teata. Soborate chikate ana ana ateata na osho ate teama. And there's a circle of beings that have just come in, and they are Egyptian, and they are holding space in the 3D on the foot plane in a circle to allow this message to come through. And High Council member just came forward way up. Okay, whoa. Whoa. Sending this energy out. Archangels of love and light, who's willing to cleanse us of our auric field. There we go. Whoa. Tapping into the great I am. Breathe. And diving deep in the middle Mother Earth, grounding. And back up to the great I am, encircling us in a protective bubble for the highest good of all. Beautiful violet blue energy. Okay, I want to present this in the highest time. Okay, so I had a vision. I was woken up by an incredible 5D vision about 5 or 6 days ago, and I sat with it. And I let it bake. I let it cook. Blue rain. Blue golden rain coming in. Thank you. Oh yeah. And even more energy. It's like sending out these golden cords of energy. So in this vision and waking up the other morning, and I've talked about this on other lives that I've done, where you think, oh, I'm going to remember this, and you're going to write it down, and then you forget, right? Well, this time it was full on. I woke up trembling, shaking, grabbed the phone, went outside, built a fire, and then recorded the vision and the information that they gave me. So grandmother says begin. All right, so which part? At the beginning. Okay. So they were showing me the church. Okay, the church that's over here. We're talking about, I don't care if it's Assembly of God, Baptist, Catholic, whatever it is, over here, right? Breathe. Then they showed me the light workers, and we're on this side. We're like distant cousins, okay? There's a line. On the highest timeline and the highest energy of church life, when they are maybe in celebration and it's a real grace and it's a real unity and free-flowing life, love, and everything that's wonderful, good, and beautiful, they ascend into the higher energies, right? Over here, us light workers, this is where we're working. This is what we're doing. That's what we had tried to attain to on a everyday life, meditation, ascending, staying focused into the great I am, right? So they're like cousins, right? Like cousins. There's a line directly in between. There is a division of the church over here and the light workers over here. Now, some of you might have grown up in church life. I did. I was going to become a pastor in a specific church, and because of politics, because of rules and regulations, to become a pastor in this certain church, you couldn't get a divorce. And I had already started, had a year underneath my belt, but then when they found out that I was getting a divorce, it was shut down, right? So I became a pastor from a different way. So I am a pastor, if some of you don't know that. I do have my pastor ID card. Anyway, so they were showing me there is a distorted and horrific male dominance in church life. I can remember, here I am with my giftings and always known that I had giftings. Well, you would have to, like, if you were in service, in a service, and I do have to give kudos to the pastor because it was a prophetic ministry, so there was a lot of free flow as far as giftings and prophetic words and visions, and you were able to tap into your giftings. But when you are in service and there was a lot of prophetic things coming, you would have to go to the lead pastor or the second pastor and say what the vision was and get permission before you were able to go to the front and to give out the word or the dream or the vision or whatever it was. All right, so also in that church life, because of me wanting to come into a freedom of my gifting and sharing and my gifting, because I did, it's like I knew that there was something very distorted and wrong in that environment in church life, that you had to go get permission from the Papa male energy right? You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, open up your ears to share, right? It's very distorted in that regard, very distorted. It was based on fear, control, and in that arena, it's like the male is the head, right, of the church, and females were coming in from the side, right? But it was like there wasn't a accurate balance of the feminine and the masculine energy that was an equal partnership, right? That didn't take place. It was all about male dominance and permission, right? So, even the energy of that just feels really nasty and gross. So anyway, I ended up being labeled in the church life that I was like a Jezebel. And I don't know if you all know the story of Jezebel, but she had a lot of power in the Bible, and if she would say this person's going to die or their head's going to be cut off, then so be it, right? So being labeled a Jezebel in church life is not, that's a death wish. I mean, that's just like, oh, holy smokes, bad. And so it was like, did that cause me a lot of grief and harm and questioning of, because in following spirit, in following Jesus, Yahshua at the time of, it is interesting because my entire life I had visions ever since I was a small child growing up that I would see Jesus at the door of churches with the door open. I was 5-year-old, I think, on my first vision, and we were church life, and I'm having this vision of he's at the door, but he's saying, come out of, and then there was like this bright light of coming out, right? And so that vision happened a couple of more times. And growing up in church life, you'd be at the altar once again, being saved, and a lot of you might not have any idea what I'm talking about, but some of you might, but that's okay. But this is not where it's ending up, so please continue on with the journey if you'd like. So anyway, in that regard, so it was always Jesus saying, come out, the bright light is coming out, right? So moving to Florida and really being able to focus in and hone on gifting and going to classes and learning, and then the vehicle of God's first energy, Yahshua, and I was able to start really using my gifting and all. And there was a freedom, and it was like a release of coming home, right? Of like, oh, I have finally found my community. I finally found other people, other and it was mostly women, but finally found home, right? Of being a part of, oh my God, that you could just be you, and you could just share your gifts and share visions and dreams and be a part of a lovely, wonderful, highest light sisterhood, and the feeling of just empowerment in that, right? I mean, just like, oh my God, the tears of relief and joy from that. So anyway, back to the vision. I am going to light a cigarette. Grandmother's telling me to take a few more breaths. Okay, so a sip of coffee, sorry. So in the vision of church life, the masculine and feminine being out of balance. It's not what Christ consciousness really established. And the relationship, and Mary Magdalene, and the all of the Sophia codes, and all of that, right? It's out of balance. Okay. Bear with. Then they showed me us. They showed me the light workers. Hello. That same energy is in the lightworker community. Not everywhere, but in parts. And what's interesting is that the male and feminine energy of, total fatherhood, leadership, dominance, permission, and then the Jezebel of, oh, you're only allowed to do only so much, but the male, we really have the power and control, and you can only do what we allow you to do, right? Now, over here, there's a dynamic and there is a play of that energy on this side. And I'm not saying, and I'm not pointing fingers to individual people or persons. It's a spiritual energy. When you breach and go past that energy into total freedom, breathe, total light, total life, right? It's freedom. It's grace. It's the ability to be who you are, attaining and ascending to everything that is beautiful and wonderful and glorious in the expression of whatever you are and whatever has been deemed by your choice before you came here to ascend to and to come into. That's life. That's glorious. That is golden life, light. It's beautiful energy. It's beautiful, golden, malleable, bright, white, golden energy. And you can actually hold it in your hand. And it is the same energy that flows from God's source energy and the great I am of the river of life that floods in the entire earth, the scope of everything. It affects everything in the 3D, from the mountains, the trees, the rivers, the oceans, all of it, right? And us in the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom and all of that, all of it. It is what gives us life, what makes our hearts beat, the breath, the scope of that. So when you ascend that energy, this hand, yes, but there is a dynamic at play here with that masculine and feminine energy that is distorted. So in my vision and dream, it is being fueled by the Draco, by the Draconians. And their job, their purpose, their design is, if they see, so they showed me this. They showed a part of the vision was there was a crocodile in the water, right? Just eyes only, searching the bank, seeking and searching the bank. So over on the bank, on this one side of the river, there was this beautiful community of light, golden light. It was awesome, right? And so the crocodile zoomed in on it and then was mouth open, going to attack and swallow up that beautiful community of light, right? But here's the deal. When the crocodile swallowed the light, the light community, it imploded and blew up the crocodile energy. Totally disseminated it into nothingness. Total it was just imploded. And the light still remained. The light is glorious. So I find it a very encouraging, beautiful empowerment of the energy of the light workers and what we're doing here, that nothing can stop that light. And that light, even though it was shown to me in the vision as, one light on this bank at night, but that light of the grid, the honeycomb grid that encircles and surrounds this earth, it's glorious. So that energy of the Draco, the energy of the Draconians, cannot stop what's taking place. Breathe. My grandmother's telling me to go back. So, also in this same vision, it was almost like a car chase criminal scene, right? A lot of activity, action, cars are chasing, but I was shown my own self and my partner that I was actually laying down, not in a car, not in a vehicle, just laying down in my own body, right? And being chased by this, which is the energy of the, the police, the Draco, the energy of that. So, but I didn't have a vehicle. It was just my own physical body. There's a lot of higher spiritual meaning to this. So they would say, okay, turn your foot to this way in your body, and then my physical body being laid down would be able to circumvent a way, go downstairs, go up into like a building, go up into a room in a building where light workers were. So there's a whole lot of imagery about that just us in our own vehicle can escape, and in guidance from highest light, right? Get away and be saved, rescued from any attack that you're feeling, any attack that you're going through from that energy. It's amazing. And there was a lot of imagery of even being in that upper room, that even though buildings, and it was like nighttime, buildings would be collapsed. Like, it was almost like the Will, I don't know, the movie where he comes back. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was like a sci-fi movie that he's like the only man, Will Smith, and I can't remember the name of that movie. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So anyway, that is a very encouraging word. And so if you have felt that something is trying to stop you from the outside, that's the energy of it. That's the energy of it. That's the energy of it. But please note, take courage, take confidence, and nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop us. We are the light, and we are fueled from God source energy in the great I am. And that honeycomb that encircles the total earth. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's magnificent. Oto ishikata. And there's other aspects to it of like, and I will just hint on this briefly, like you can't, in the light community, you can't buy your way to the top. There are many that are trying to buy their way to the top, to allow like, oh, if I just do this, and if I have all these thousands of dollars, I'll be able to implement. Well, there is a truth to that, and there is that. But if it is not a natural, supernatural placement of what just happens in the life worker, in the life of a light worker, it's going to happen. That to release you from thinking, oh my God, I've got to have thousands upon thousands of dollars to do this or to do that. Not really. Not really. And I'm going to share with you, they were talking to me, they've been talking to me about going to Arizona. So in my process and journeying and knowing that it takes a lot of money to move, it takes a lot of money for deposits and, to rent a place and all that kind of stuff, it takes money to do certain things, right? It does. But they said, in them calling me back to Arizona to live, that they said this time, it'll be by energy. It will happen step by step by energy. That is not, it's not the monetary 3D that's going to make it happen. It's going to be energy. And as I take steps of faith and steps of faith and steps of faith and following my own personal journey, breathe, it'll open up and it'll happen. In these synchronicities and the wonderful, beautiful surprises that take place in any given day of anyone's life, of the heartfelt wishes and dreams and, things and, and supernaturally, as you all know and have experienced, things are deposited and it's like, oh my God, how did that happen? What? It was free? What? You know, come on. You're fooling me. You're joshing me, right? No. Here you go. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. It tells me that it doesn't take a lot of money. It releases me in a sigh of relief that I don't have to come up with a lot of whatever and try to finagle and do this and do that to get there to the next place. It's going to happen spiritually. It's going to happen as I grow in faith, grow in and asking and stepping in to the energy of it, stepping in to the energy of that. What does that feel like? What does it look like to walk through that living room? What does it look like to walk around the property? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so grandmother's telling me to do some energy work. And the reason why I sat with this for 5 days was because I knew that when I was going to go share this, anytime that I share anything, I've either just come out of it or I'm getting ready to go into it. So I was hesitant because I was like, shit. I don't want to cause extra grief and trouble on my own behalf, but it is part of the learning. It is part of the learning and the trusting process of stepping into highest light, highest timelines of your life. And everything that you, in your heart, that's birthed there, right? To expand, to get ever so much bigger, right? In that honeycomb of taking your place of leadership, of taking your place of highest light, highest timeline, in the beautiful connected energy of the honeycomb grid that surrounds the earth. Yeah. Well, anyway. I don't know the rights to this music. It's Peter Kidder and Carlos Nikai. I ask for freedom. I ask for courage. I ask for brevity of Joan of Arc spirits. I'm calling on all feminine energy of the highest light. Thank you, Klein Yin just came in. Sophia. Mary Magdalene. Archangel Michael's behind. So this prayer is for the feminine energy, and it is for us light workers to be empowered even so much more in the divine feminine energies. Beautiful rose petals are coming in. The beautiful violet flame has come up. They're sending out an energy, going out and circling around different ones. And whether you watch this now or later, the power is still the same. All the way around. They're going all the way around, sending out the beautiful feminine energy of strength, of compassion, of mercy and grace and feminine empowerment, of having spirits and hearts and lives emblazed in highest light, highest glory, highest light, highest glory. The shackles have been removed from our feet. They've been broken off of our wrists. Our best days are ahead of us for the empowerment to see us in our highest light, our highest giftings, right? In community, doing everything that is in our heart's desire, because our hearts are pure and it's full of love and it's full of compassion. And if you were sitting across from me right now and you can see into the innermost, deepest aspect of my own heart, through my eyes, to know. And I see you beautiful ones out there. I love you so much. My God, I am so blessed to be a part of this community of light workers across the face of the earth. It's gorgeous. It's glorious. Can't make this shit up. It's beyond our wildest dreams and expectations. The bonds of friendship, the bonds of family. It's cool. It's just gorgeous. It's glorious. So they are showing me the masculine energy on this side has it's like like crumbled, bent in half, crumbled, and it's falling away. So we are going to hear rumblings in this church life. Things are going to start happening. They're going to God's source energy is going to start. You're going to hear things happening in church life that people that were in power are going to be dismantled because the secret things all are going to be brought to light. It has happened for many, many years, and it will continue to happen. But now they said 100% influx in the inflow of the church energy of what is not right. It is what is not of truest light and love for the glory of all in God's source energy and the great I am. It will collapse and it will die and it will be annihilated and taken out. Yes, it will. It will. Tap in to see if there's anything else. So, White Wolf had pulled these cards last night. He periodically pulls cards for us, and we kind of, we see what's happening. So the Eagle card was pulled, right? The Eagle in huge storms uses the higher winds to rise above the storms, right? The Eagle sees opportunities courageously. And Archangel Bapki. Yes, 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 yes. We have the mantle of Eagle. We have the Eagle heart and Eagle spirit. To use the energy of the storms, it's a key component to rise above it. To rise above it. Not to get swept in the storm and get breathe, to rise above it, to fly and to soar, to have discernment, to be able to see and know what's happening. Yes, thank you. And this one, Frisia, the goddess of discernment. Thank you. Thank you. Isn't she glorious? I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it is a holy hell yes. Holy hell yes. Let our yeses be yes and our no's be no. Just the way it is. Protect your energy. Say no when you need to say no. Don't give into guilt and condemnation from whatever. Oh, I gotta go to this family event because my mom is insisting, or whatever. Don't fucking go. You don't have to go. You're not answerable to anyone except to your own highest light energy of a holy hell yes. And if not, stay home, turn off everything, take a nap. It's okay. It's all right. It's better than okay. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And what I loved was the feathers. The feathers. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. It's beautiful. Soar. Breathe. Highest light. Highest love. God. It's glorious. So White Wolf pulled some cards right before this. Didn't see them. So let's see what they have to say. Let's see what White Wolf pulled. Oh my God. Archangels, Gabriel's dragon. Oh, it's like the highest dragon. Oh my God. Brings purification. Hello. Talk about, yes, purifying the church and purifying the 5D of any and everything that is truly not of highest light and highest love. Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. So let's do that. I'm asking for Archangel Gabriel's white diamond. Thank you. Oh, there it is. Wow. Oh, my God. It's light and beautiful. Taking it into my own heart. And you can do this. You can take your hand, put your hand out to receive it, hold. There we go. There it goes. And then you can take the energy of that and place it into your heart. Breathe. Oh my God, there it goes. I feel it going out through my whole entire body. My arms, my legs, causal chakra, everywhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. It's beautiful. It's so light. Wow. Freaking awesome. Thank you. Thank you, White Wolf. This deck. Oh God, you can't make this shit up. The Fire Prince. The Fire Prince. Masculine, feminine, coming into perfect balance. Perfect balance. Perfect balance across the board. Across the board. The Fire Prince. Let's see what this is. I've never seen this card before. Optimism and aggression. The Fire Prince. Ooh. You know, in our life, they're asking us to be more aggressive, and I take that as a warrior, as a soldier, as being someone who is on. They're ready. You're ready. The door opens, you're ready. You don't have to like talk yourself into it. Oh my God, you got to get off the bed, get off the sofa. And I was like, God, no, you're ready, man. The door opens, you're ready. That's what they're doing. The timelines are collapsing and bringing us into the highest timelines. And as us, as warriors, as priestess, as spiritual embodiment of the feminine energy across the board, masculine or female, right? That we're ready. The door opens and it's like, oh, that's why in our daily practice of breathing and coming into highest light, doing our homework, which is what? Dealing with shadow, looking and sifting and sorting and doing all of the energy work, right? Doing it. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. There's a supernatural empowerment as we get older to tap into the energy of, I always want to, that's my prayer. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful bird that just flew by. Thank you, synchronicity. To be empowered. To be empowered. Always. No matter the age. I don't care if you're 35, 50, 65, 70, 80, 85, 90 on up. That you can be empowered and still with a tenacity and an energy to go in and to claim the ground, claim your ground, and to claim the ground of the light workers of the honeycomb grid. Yes. Things are collapsing. Things are collapsing in the 3D. It's a shoo-in for us, isn't it? It's a shoo-in. If we have eyes of discernment, hearts of love and light, of the highest light and love, we're able to go in and bring peace to situations. Go in and to bring discernment and to know what to do, what it is to do. We've been given the keys of the kingdom. It is within our hands. We know. This key unlocks this door. Oh, this key unlocks this door. this key unlocks this door. Let's unlock those doors. Let's continue on in this beautiful process, this gifting of being gifted with the ability to be here now in the play out of the grand play of the 3D and the collapsing of that, and with the 5D coming in. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's auspicious. It's glorious. I'm checking grandmother one more time. And the beautiful purple energy came around, and it is complete. All right. I love you so much. Be blessed on this Thanksgiving Day. Excuse me, week. I love you. It is all well with you. It is all well within your life. You've got this. And even in the midst of the crying, and even in the midst of the mental breakdowns, you've got this. Continue on in your journey. It's all for a purpose and all for a reason, to bring you into the highest light and the highest love of who you are. Who you are. It's real. It's beautiful. And nothing can take it, and nothing can stop it. Ever. And so it is. Morningstar. Mwah. Peace out.